Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Russia and Ukraine carried out a mutual exchange of 205 prisoners of war each on Friday, according to statements from both Moscow and Kyiv. This significant swap comes 1 week after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a large-scale prisoner exchange as part of a U.S.-brokered 3-day ceasefire that coincided with Russia's May 9th parade. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed the exchange on Telegram, stating that most of the returned Ukrainians had been in Russian captivity since 2022 and included fighters from the Battle for Mariupol's Azovstal steelworks and defenders of Chernobyl. He described this as the first phase of the 1,000 for 1,000 prisoner exchange mentioned by Trump. Both nations have accused each other of violating the recently expired truce. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that their servicemen were taken to Belarus for medical and psychological assistance, with the United Arab Emirates providing humanitarian aid during their return. Prisoner swaps remain a rare area of cooperation between the two sides amidst the ongoing conflict. Jaje Press. According to Lankazabo, the United Arab Emirates plans to double its crude oil export capacity, bypassing the Strait of Hormuz by 2027. This strategic move aims to reduce the nation's reliance on the vital shipping choke point. Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, is accelerating the construction of an oil pipeline to Fujairah port on the Gulf of Oman, complementing its existing 1.5 million barrels per day pipeline. The current pipeline proved crucial during recent conflicts, allowing the UAE to continue oil supply when Iran threatened to block the strait. However, its capacity is less than half of ADNOC's usual export volume, impacting national oil revenues. The UAE and Saudi Arabia are the only major oil-producing countries in the Persian Gulf region capable of diverting substantial crude shipments to market during conflicts. This accelerated pipeline construction also follows the UAE's decision to withdraw from OPEC, allowing it to increase crude oil production to meet growing demand exacerbated by conflicts. Expanding export capabilities via Fujairah port offers greater flexibility, even if the Strait of Hormuz reopens for normal transit in the future. Novo Nordisk, the pharmaceutical giant behind the popular weight loss drug semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, has announced a comprehensive partnership with OpenAI, as reported by Fonkenwand Beria. This strategic move follows a period where rival Eli Lilly, with its drug tirzepatide, Mounjaro Zepbound, surpassed Novo Nordisk in the lucrative weight loss drug market, experiencing significant sales growth and a rising stock price while Novo Nordisk's shares declined. The collaboration with OpenAI is not merely for internal management, but aims to integrate AI across Novo Nordisk's entire value chain, from early drug discovery and development to manufacturing, supply chain optimization, commercial operations, and global employee training. This initiative is a defensive yet proactive response to accelerate the development of next-generation blockbuster drugs, especially after Novo Nordisk's previous efforts, such as higher-dose semaglutide and the combination drug CagriSema, failed to fully match Eli Lilly's efficacy or faced profit pressures from price competition. Eli Lilly itself has already established an AI co-creation lab with NVIDIA. This partnership underscores the increasing role of AI in shortening the lengthy and costly process of pharmaceutical innovation, a critical factor in the competitive weight loss drug arena. CBS News reports that Audias Flores Silva, known as El Jardinero or the Gardener, a high-ranking leader of Mexico's Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG, has been hit with expanded U.S. federal charges. A grand jury on Thursday accused him of methamphetamine trafficking and conspiracy to launder money. Flores Silva was dramatically captured on April 27 in Nayarit, Mexico, by Mexican Navy Special Forces, acting on information provided by U.S. agencies. He was found hiding in a roadside ditch. Mexican authorities identified him as a potential successor to the cartel's top leader, Nemesio Osguera Cervantes, alias El Mencho, who was killed in February. DEA Administrator Terrence Cole stated, "Jardinero believed he would assume control. He was wrong." The CJNG, designated a terrorist organization by the U.S., is Mexico's largest cartel involved in drug operations across 21 states, and in the U.S. Flores Silva previously served as El Mencho's security chief and oversaw significant cartel operations. A $5 million reward had been offered for his arrest, and he faces a prison sentence of 10 years to life if convicted. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi held phone talks on Friday with U.S. President Donald Trump following his 3-day stay in China for discussions with President Xi Jinping. A government source told Kyodo News. During the call, Trump explained details of his meeting with Xi. He had previously stated that he and Xi reached fantastic trade deals without offering specifics, and that they shared very similar views on the necessity to end the war in Iran and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The call comes after Takaichi and Trump last met in Washington in March, where they reportedly opposed any unilateral attempts to alter the status quo, including by force, in an implicit reference to China's growing influence. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.